All right, good morning, everyone. It is 8:56 in the morning of December 22nd, 2022, and this is my pre-market strategy session. So, the title of today's video is QQQs in the gap. The Qs are in the gap. So, what's the gap? Here is the gap. This gap right here, which actually, technically speaking, it's no longer a gap. It has been filled. This gap has now been filled. So from a technical perspective, the Qs are technically sound. The gap has been repaired. Now, I was really looking forward to this gap being filled prior to the week before Christmas. And the reason I wanted to see that happen the week before Christmas, or I'm sorry, not the week before Christmas, the reason I wanted to see that happen prior to the week before Christmas, meaning before Monday. Here, let me put this, the 19th on the blue line. So this blue line right here, that's Monday, the 19th. And that's when I like to see, it's when I like to see things turn bullish, It didn't happen that way. So the gap got filled here on Monday and Tuesday. And so Tuesday was a good spot to enter into a trade. And actually, if we look at it on the 10-minute, it's almost as picture perfect as it gets. Here is Tuesday. So Monday came down close to the bottom of the gap. Tuesday went below, and actually went about $1, 75 cents, 76 cents, 80 cents below, and then ramped back up again, came back, tested it, and took off again. So it was a good day to get into some trades, into some longs, which I did, very fortunately. And then yesterday I took about half of my position off the table here in the morning session after. So it opened up, popped up and down, and then started taking off to the upside. Now, I expected it to take off to the upside up all the way to 276 yesterday, which would have been a pretty tall order. That would have been a really big run, but it didn't do it. So in here, I sold about half of my position that I opened up on Tuesday. It was nice, it's nice to take some profits, and so here I am, of course, I'm still up. I mean, I did manage to buy in, a little bit lower than where we are right now. My average was a little bit lower, and my strikes or my expirations are a couple months out. So I'm doing okay on what's left. It's a little bit better than break even. But after kind of a 1% pullback, it's looking to me like it's going to try and come down back close to the bottom of the gap again today. That's the way it's looking today. And so and the reason that I wanted to see this gap get filled much sooner than the week before Christmas is because I kind of, it's the market it rhymes. It's never exactly the same, but I kind of figured we would have 4 or 5 days like what you see here. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of that. Here between the 3rd and the 9th of November, we've got this day here where in this recent succession, it's put in a series of higher lows. So here we have a low. Here we have a little bit of a higher low. And then if we do support and move and rally from here we've got another higher low. That's 3 higher lows in a row. That's nice. I like that a lot. All right. It's just that I kind of suspected that we would spend 4 or 5 days down here at the bottom of the gap before the move up again. And the week between, if this had set up prior to Monday, I'd be very bullish, very, very bullish. the week in between Christmas and New Year's isn't a great week. It's low trading volume, and it tends to be. I think it's been a while since I've done the math, but it's only bullish 42% of the time. Once the new year rolls in, the beginning of the year, then we get a little bit of a bullish move on the market. So I really wanted to see this happen, this gap getting filled, and then sort of this a few days of testing the sort of bottom of the gap price area. I wanted to see that happen prior to this week, and unfortunately, it's not happening prior to this week. And so I think we've seen, for the most part, the most of the upside after the bottom of the gap is hit for this week. Going into next week, I think the same thing is true. I think that we'll probably be, somewhere around the bottom of the gap in next week, and then after the 1st of January, maybe we can get some kind of a rally going that, puts in a series of new higher lows, and then actually breaks through or something like that. But that's way out there in the neighborhood of speculation. So for this week, I think I'm pretty much done. I think at the open, well, I'll see if things are oversold right now at the open. Here we are on the 1 minute and the 10 minute. It's oversold. In the pre-market, the VIX has gone into overbought territory. So I think that at the open, if things kind of continue the way they're going right now for the next 27 minutes, then we'll probably see a bit of a move up in the at the open, and then after that, I imagine that we're probably going to see the bottom of the gap, the price approach the bottom of the gap again. The 10-year, 2-year spread, it's actually really surprised me. I kind of figured right back here, after this day right here, kind of thought we'd start heading back down again. But the 10-year, 2-year spread is starting to tighten back up. I mean, it's tightening from the negative side, but it's starting to tighten back up again. We'll see where that goes. The VIX is doing the best it can to find support here above 20. I'd love to see it break down. I'd love to see it break down and head into the mid-teens. That would be great. A very, very bullish move, but we'll see. And Bitcoin is doing its thing here with the trend line. There's really no hope for Bitcoin. The light at the end of the tunnel is still to come for Bitcoin. We'll see what happens with this next bill that's coming out of Congress. I can't believe the Republicans sold out. I don't know what the deal is with the Republicans letting this new $1.7 trillion, what is really a stimulus bill, it really is. If once it gets signed, I guess we'll probably have some upside. So I'll keep my eyes on the news, keep my ear out for the news for that bill getting signed. I think I'll have to check, actually. Let's see, 1.7 trillion spending. Let's call it omnibus bus signed. When is Biden gonna sign that thing? Let's see. New York Post. The spending bill is an insane way to run the country. I think it is too. Let's see. Let's make this a little bit bigger so we can see what's going on here. When is old Wacky Wild Joe gonna sign that thing? Leadership failed to meet the October 1. Knowledge, no wonder, blah blah blah. When does it get signed? Let's see. When does it get signed? Please. Let's see. When? 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. 2022. When does the 1.7, let's see, all right, Google, come on. Here's what's in it. Majority of news. Spending bill. Oh, there's money for HUD. I mean, the Democrats still have the majority in the House, and that's enough to pass the House. And if the Senate passed it, then that means it's going to get signed. When does it get signed? God, I hate CNN. Committee appropriations, sweeping package, $45 billion, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Control F. Biden. One of two. Nope. I don't see about when it's going to get signed. All right, so whenever it gets signed, I'm sure that we'll see a move up from there. So right now, yeah, we're heading back down to the bottom of the gap. All right, everybody. Good luck out there. Keep your wrists tight. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, tap the bell, and I will see you at tomorrow morning's strategy session. I am out.